guys. I am Lanikia, and you are watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is Days of Our Lives edition. All right, guys. Today is Thursday, January the 18th. Let me see if it really is Thursday. Yeah. Um, 2024. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this a 7.5. I know it was more of a filler episode, but I actually liked this episode. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. We see Johnny and Chanel. Um, they they're in the bed and they're just so happy, and they feel a little bit guilty for being happy because they said Johnny's like down the hall, Eric, Nicole and my dad are going through things with Holly. She's going off to Italy tomorrow. And I said, so y'all gonna have this in limbo with Holly and Tate? This is gonna be in limbo? Wow, okay, Days. And so he says he feels bad about that. And Chanel says, yeah, and everything going on with my mom. I know she's strong, but they're both just worried about the people around them, but they're happy because they're finally back together and they're in this loving relationship. So Johnny is just talking, and they talk about, just being together, and he wants to get married. And she said, you're gonna have to propose to me the right way. So he gets up. She wants a formal proposal. He gets up, comes back, and he proposes to her. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I I would have liked to seen a formal proposal as well, like something really special. But I guess if you're Johnny and Chanel fans, this will do it for you because he didn't have a ring or anything, and he was supposed to be getting dessert. He left the ice cream downstairs. But anyways, it was cute enough for her to say yes. So, well, who am I to complain? But anyway, she ends up saying yes, and they're gonna get married and have a big wedding and everything. Let's move on. Y'all know Johnny and Chanel. I know some of y'all really like them, and it's not that I don't like them. They're just okay to me. Like, okay. So then we go over here to Trip and Wendy. So Trip and Wendy are together, right? And they've had their little night together, and he's happy she's back, but he also tells her he's worried about his mom and everything. But he's getting up to go get something, I guess for them to snack on or whatever. And when he does that, he runs into Ava because Ava is in the and Wendy had to talk to her mom on the phone about her dad. So he runs into Ava in the living area, and she's still drinking on that bottle that she was drinking on yesterday. And so she's come home now, and she tells Trip, "Don't worry, it's just me." And he was like, "What you just doing out here in the dark?" And she was like, "Everything's fine." He was like, "Obviously, I can read your mom. Something's not right." So she tells him about the bistro getting raided. And he says, "Were there no drugs there because there are no drugs there, or did you get lucky?" And she was like, "Trip, come on." I say, I don't have time for this tonight. And so he said, "No, we're gonna have this conversation, Mom, because I know something's going on." And Ava is not saying, but she's saying because she keeps saying, "Let it go, Trip, leave it alone, don't bring it up." And he's like, "Something is clearly going on with you. Tell me what it is." So then Wendy comes out and she's like, "Oops, I didn't know Ava was back. I should go to bed." And she said, "Yeah, y'all should. Y'all should go to bed. Trip, go with her." He said, "No, I'm not letting this go." And he said, and she was like, well, Wendy said, "Well, then I'll let y'all talk." He said, "No, you could talk to talk to my mom. Stay here, and I can talk to my mom in front of you because I've already told her what's going on, and I'm concerned about you, Mom." And Ava's like, "Trip, just leave it alone. I can handle things." And he was like, "What do you mean?" Because she tried at first say that it's just Harris being jealous, and that's why did that. And Trip said, "Nah, Mama, that's not that type of man. You up to something, and he knows it as well, and that's why he's so concerned about you." And she was just like, "Well, why don't y'all both leave me alone? I got this." And he was like, "I don't believe you do, but okay if you say so. But I'm still concerned about you, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of this." And Ava's just like, "Trip, I want you to stay out of this." So he's like, "There is something to stay out of." And she was just like, "Okay, Trip, I'm about to go to bed. You don't want to go to bed, I'm going to bed." So Ava ends up leaving. And Trip tells Wendy he is concerned about his mom. He has to figure this out. And she said, "We have to figure this out because I'm your girl, so we're gonna do this together, okay?" And then she tells him about the jingle piece that she found in her suitcase. They're going back to bed. So then we see Ava, who's all, uh oh, I did this wrong. So then we see Ava, who goes to her bedroom and she's sitting here reminiscing about Harris and how he was a good man and she'll let this good man go because she having to cover up doing this mess with Clyde, and she won't just tell the truth. I said, girl, tell the truth, bunny, hop, hop, hop. Just tell the truth so this man can help you. But now, she's throwing the bottle. She's all depressed and sad about it and everything. Bunny. So then we go over here to Harris, Jada, and Rafe, and the informant who told Harris that there were drugs at the bistro. He got it right with the other everything else, so they were able to catch two drug dealers or whatever. And they said he got that right, but he messed up the bistro. And they like, I don't believe so. So now they're like, it sounds like we got a mole in the department. And they were like, yep, that's what it sounds like because Harris is like, I know there had to be drugs or something there. This is a good, this is a good informant. And so now they're concerned because they're like one of our police officers is dirty, right? So then Jada is just like she wants to go and make a phone call, and Rafe tells her when you done making that phone call, go home because you're tired. Go ahead and go home and go to rest. And she's like, okay. So she leaves them. So Rafe and Harris ends up talking, and he tells him, or I don't want you to be blindsided by Ava because he tells him, because Harris tells Rafe that he almost had Ava to tell him what was going on because he knows something's going on with the drugs at the bistro, and Ava is in on it. And she wanted to tell him. He said, but Stephen came out and he shut all of that down. She clammed up. And Rafe said, listen, I know you in love with Ava. Harry said, love? Who said love? He said, knock it off. He said, I know you're in love with Ava, but don't let that cloud your judgment. And Harry was like, no, never. I'm a police officer at the end of the day. I don't care how I feel about Ava. I got this. And Harris was like, well, that's good to hear or whatever. And so then we see, you know, he reassures Rafe, and Rafe was like, I'm glad about that. So that's the end of the two of them. They both are going to crack down on the drugs because Harris just lets him know, I love Ava, but if she's involved in this, that's on her. So then we go over here to Jada and Brady. So Brady, oh wait, no, that's not who we do first. My bad, y'all. So then we go over here to Alex and Brady. So Alex calls Brady. He said, "Listen, Teresa was in bed tonight. She was real restless, and the next thing I know, I check. I'm rolling over, and she's gone. So she's gone. I looked everywhere in the apartment. I looked at some of her favorite spots. I'm trying to reach her and it's going straight to voicemail." And Brady said, I was concerned. I was scared this might happen. And he was like, what's up? Brady said, I'm going to be right over. So Brady comes over and he tells Alex, I was afraid Teresa might be using because she'd been stressed out. And they were like, oh gosh, I hope not. So then Brady says, let's go look for her. But Alex is like, let's go look for her. And Brady was like, no, one of us has to stay at the apartment, but I know what I can do. So Brady calls Jada and he tells Jada, I need to look for Teresa, but I need off the record, I need this to be because I know I can't report her missing. And Jada said, that's not correct. That's just a myth that you have to wait. I said, well, I've watched several shows and seen that you had to wait. So you're telling me you don't? That's good to know if you ever have somebody go missing. Anyways, child. So she said that's just a myth. You don't have to wait 24 hours. And she tells him, I can't track her like credit cards or anything because that's what Brady wants her to do. Because she said, no, I can't do that. And she said, but we are because he's begging her. He's like, to Jada, please help me. And she tells him, what I can do for you is track her credit cards if you're saying this will have something to do with the Holly Jones case. And he said, or is that what you're saying, Mr. Black? And he's like, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. So she was like, okay, let me try look into this and I'm gonna hit you back. So she looks into it and she hits Brady back and she said, we found Teresa. And he was like, okay, good. Is she all right? And she was like, Brady, no, she's high as a kite. So they go over to the Roach Motel. You know that place everybody be staying in when they don't have no money. They go over there, and I said, "Dang, how did this happen with Teresa?" Like I know she's been going through a lot, but I didn't see this coming. So she's there and she is high, y'all. She's out of it. And so Brady, she's on the bed laid out, and they say they think she's taking some ecstasy, and it's they don't think she had some of the bad batch of drugs that they think she just took ecstasy, and so they're like, "Are you okay?" Like Teresa, she's like, "Oh Brady, you're here, Alex, you're here, we're all here together." Like she's out of it. And so they trying to leave with her, but she's stumbling and she talking about I'm hot, I want to party, I want to have fun. Y'all are both boring now. I want to go out and have fun. And so they tell Jada, "Can you please keep this off the record?" And she tells them, "All right." And so she leaves, but she tells them, "I don't know if y'all want to bring her out though, if you're trying to keep this private." Because she said it's the middle of the night, but every now and then, people still out and about. And they said, and Alex said, "We can't take her to my place because, it'd be college kids and all those kind of place people staying up late at night, right?" And then so Brady said, "Well, we just gonna have to stay here with her." So Jada ends up leaving, and that leaves Alex, Brady and Teresa, and they're just trying to let it what do you call I what do you call it? They try to let it wear off of her. Is that what you would say? I don't know, child. I drugs was never my thing. Every now and then I'll have like a glass of wine or something, but drugs was that it was just something I never got into. Not even like smoking weed. I just never got into it. But anyways, y'all, that was it. That was Days of Our Lives for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for the final episode of the week of What Happened on the Soaps Days of Our Lives edition. Thank you for watching.